Welcome to the first Ultra Ball League event of Season 2 in Singapore. This happened at Kreta IACC, the first of 3 back-to-back Ultra Ball Leagues to cap off Season 2. We have Darwin playing Goldengo EX, taking on Brandon's Dragapult Charizard. This is the last set of tournaments before standard format that we know of is up, Billion Stars onwards. So this is the last time we're going to get to see V-Star Pokemon, not in this match, but it is the last time we're going to see decks like Lugia V-Star, Lost Box as well. I'm not sure if in the past few Ultra Ball Leagues we've even seen an Arceus Giratina. So stay tuned and let's see how this match is going to go. Goldengo is one of the top decks entering into this format with the ability to knock out basically any Pokemon in the format right now, actually, because it has this ace spec which allows you to discard one of every kind of energy into the discard pile, which helps it to keep recovering energy using super energy retrieval. Hey, hi Darwin. On the other hand, we have Dragapult Charizard. Dragapult itself has a couple of variants. The more popular ones are the straight Dragapult, and the other one is Dragapult with the Dusclops Dusknoir package. Dusknoir Dragapult bombs. So Dragapult Zard is one that was very early on when Dragapult was first released. Was a deck that gained a little bit of popularity because Dragapult can be powered up using Charizard's ability, which allows you to search your deck, take up to 3 and just attach them to any Pokemon whenever you like. And Dragapult's attack requires 1 fire energy. So I'm quite shocked to see someone bring this back, roll it back. Then you've got Dragapult able to deal the early pressure. The Drug Look, which is another key part of the deck, its ability allows you to take the top 2 cards of your deck, pick 1 card, and then put your hand and then put it on the deck. So if you have like a couple of them, 2 or 3, you basically be drawing 2 or 3 cards every turn, basically recovering from a hand disruption, perhaps like Iono. And with the Charizard in this deck, as long as your opponent picks up prizes, the Charizard attack becomes stronger. So you can expect the Charizard to be a sweeper by the end of the match. And here we go. So Brandon will be starting the match first. So great start. Got the GP in the front, Charizard in the back, the Nest Ball coming up. Looking through his deck. Of course, your first deck check is going to be... You got a little bit extra time to do your first deck check. And it is going to be Rotom V. Another card is going to be rotated after these Ultra Ball Leagues. So Rotom V allows you to draw 3 cards as ability, but you will end your turn. Anyway, it's a good turn 1 card because, you're not going to be able to attack anyway. So there's a free draw 3 and attachment to GP. Oh, he did get the Buddy Puffin 1 turn too late, but it's fine. Let's see how Darwin sets up here. He's got the Spiritomb down 1 turn too late. The Spiritomb blocks Pokemon V abilities. So if that Spiritomb was down on turn 1, then Brandon wouldn't be able to draw 3. In any case, here comes the Radiant Greninja with the special Gym promo stamp. One of the special promo cards that you can find only in Singapore, Malaysia, and the Philippines. But that's basically it. There's no other Goldengo there, and you can't retreat it to protect it. So Brandon really needs to get that Dragapult if he can on turn 1 to knock out this Gimme Goal. Oh, he was lying the Bedew here. Not sure if he wants to pull it out. He did get the backup, getting 2 GPs out. Here comes the Arven. That should get the rare candy. I'm not sure if he has a Dragapult or the energy cards he needs. Let's see here. So he's getting the rare candy, yes, so he has that. And the Fossil Stone, that will find the second piece he needs. Another key card that we'll be saying goodbye to at the end of this Ultra Ball Season 2. So quick, let me see what he picked up here. It is going to be the Dragapult. You have the charge He needs to play the rare candy out. He forgot to play it out. It's in his hand. Hope he remembers to put it down. Sometimes, players, if you were playing under a camera recording, under a stream, there is that added pressure. Sometimes you might miss out on things. As we're seeing here, Brennan just forgot to play down that rare candy that he played, that he got come out the Dragapult. Anyway, Dragapult uses attack, knocked out the front Gimme Ghoul and the Spiritomb in the back. Darwin considering to use Iron Bundle here. If he uses Iron Bundle, then Brennan has to choose one of his bench Pokemon to replace his active. But he's not going to. He's going to keep that Gimme Ghoul on the bench. And the very good Ninja will tank another hit. That Dragapult is doing 200 damage, and its attack effect allows you to spread 6 damage counters anywhere you like. Here comes the boss's order. It's just going to take out the Gimme Ghoul and put 6 damage counters on the Greninja. That's the Stop play. Gets an Ultra Ball, but no Goldengos. This is a bit troublesome for Darwin here. It's not going to be able to set up at all. Yeah, it would be a little bit pressure too. Like, what am I going to play here? Like, if he gets another boss's orders out, it's going to be close to game over here because Brennan's already taken 3 prize cards. Thankfully, the very good Ninja, I believe he's 130 HP. Wouldn't get knocked out if Brennan were to target another Pokemon on the bench if you put 6 damage counters on the Greninja. Here comes the Fazendipity. Allows you to draw 3 cards if your opponent has knocked out one of your Pokemon in his or her last turn. He had a Super Energy Retrieval. Ooh, discarding one of the Goldengos here just to get energy out so that Greninja can draw 2. Can he find something like a Buddy Poffin or anything to get like at least 2 Gimme Golds out? He needs at least 2. Doesn't seem like he has anything here. He might be forced to pass. Yeah, if you're just setting an Energy and TM Evo, that's it. I don't know. So hopefully Darwin gets at least 2 Gimme Golds here so he can maximize that TM Evo. Let's see what he got. Draw 6 cards while Brennan's forced to draw 3 cards. Oh, sorry, it's an unfair stem. Sorry, so he's got to draw 2 cards while Darwin draws 5 cards. Couldn't see from the glare. So there is a Gimme Gold here, so the TM Evo will get at least 1. Okay, using the Iron Bundle as well to push that Dragapult down to the bench. Does Ben have any energy to retreat that 3P? Doesn't seem like he has. He's forced to use the Pokestop. He gets a counter catcher. It's not going to be useful now. Darwin does get a Goldengo. Can he come back here? Looks like there's a chance. He's forced to draw. So Brennan's forced to draw 3 with Otom. Darwin can come back here. He just needs to get a boss's order to take out that Dragapult and enough energy cards. Once the Greninja retreats and he gets the Gimme Gold up to the Goldengo up to the active, the Goldengo can draw an extra 2 more cards. So his ability allows you to draw 2 cards when it's in the active spot and only 1 card in the bench. There is a chance here that Darwin can turn this game around. I think he there definitely was an Iron. I think I saw Prime Catcher in Darwin's head, so there wasn't an unfair stamp. Just that Brennan drew. I think he really did draw 3 cards. Maybe I missed out on that. Okay, there's 2 more cards from Goldengo. Yep. He's playing that Ace Pack I was telling you about, Energy Search Pro, which allows you to take 1 energy of different type from your deck and discard it. Put it in your hand. Put it in your hand. You got the Super Energy Retrieval getting more energy cards to his hand. Hopefully he has the boss's orders here to take out that Dragapult. He does. So there is a comeback. There is a scenario here that Darwin can come back from this. 7 energy cards and Dragapult is out. Okay, see Brennan does have a Fazendipity, so there is a way that he can come back. He has a Rare Candy as well. He just have a Stretcher 2. He can get back the Dragapult, but he doesn't want to do that, I believe, because there's no energy cards for him. So I guess draw 3 is the play here. So Dracloak first, C2. Can't see what he took. He didn't choose the nest ball, put it down. I think he drew into a Luminion. I can't see the other two cards. Say bosses order and an Arven. Okay, so that's one way you can get a Charizard out at the very least. None of rare candies here, I think. What is he gonna do? There's a lot of hand cards. So he's using Pokestop. Gets nothing. The 2 is out, and 2 energy cards that he desperately needs on one of his Pokemon here. Eyeing up the Arven. I assume for an Ultra Ball play. Definitely not a Lance. Still giving that one bench spot here. Is Ace Spec still in hand? Yeah, I'm just counting here. If he attacks with Charizard, it will only be 240 damage. Not enough to take out the Goldengo, which has 270 HP. Yep, here comes the Ultra Ball. Just get the TM Evolution out. Yeah, just get out the deck. Oh, yes, even better one, a Rescue Board. So you can use the GP as a pivot now. There we go. Here comes the Ultra Ball. Discarding the lands because don't really need it, and another GP. Let's put together Charizard here, I think. Yep, he really eyed the Charizard out. No need to shuffle that because you're going to go back in. Here comes the Rare Candy. Evolution, taking 3 fire energy cards. Does he have 3? He does have 3 still. I see I'm going to put 1 on the bench. I'm going to put in the active one, okay. Got the Rescue Stretcher. Getting the... Okay, he's got the... Here comes the Unfair Stamp. Now he needs to get a Psychic Energy attachment, and that Dragapult is live. It won't knock out the Goldengo, but it would spread enough damage onto Darwin's board, and it will not activate Darwin's Serendipity in response. I didn't see the Psychic Energy. Don't think he got it. Just eyeing out what can he get for this Nest Ball, or he's just gonna use it, spend it out. So nothing here. Yeah, I see the energy there. Don't think there's any Psychic Energy to begin with. So here comes the free retreat. TM Evo just to attach it, get rid of it, and this attacks for 240 damage. Darwin can knock out this Charizard, take another 2 prizes here, but he needs to get another Gimmighoul out on the bench in case this one gets knocked out. All the energy cards are ready there. I think he's already used 2 Super Energy Retrievals, so there's just 2 more left. This would be a great comeback story if Darwin manages to do so. Let's see here. He should have a lot of cards in hand. Even he should be able to get back cards to his hand again after that Unfair Stamp. Yeah, he's just looking at the Super Energy Retrievals in his deck. He didn't draw any of them. He has to shuffle and pray that he gets to it. Stack. Oh, that's exactly how he's gonna get it. With Cypher Maniac's Code Breaking, he can take 2 cards from his deck, any 2 cards, and put it on top of his deck. So he can use Pokestop, to get the items he needs. That's free. That's one way to do it. You can also use Greninja to draw 2. You can use Gimmighoul to draw 2 as well. This supporter is tailor-made for this deck. Here we go, using Goldengo to draw 2 more cards. Feels like that Unfair Stamp didn't do much Darwin at all, the way he's recovered here. And he still has enough energy to use Greninja to draw 2 more cards. This thing is looking for ways to find ammo to get energy back to his hand. That's another 4. That would do 200 damage. It's 50 for every energy he discards from his hand. He needs 1 more, unless he already has 6. I can see he has 6 in his hand already, so he doesn't need to spend the other one. I think it was me. I just had to get ready the second Goldengo later, and if doesn't have enough energy to try to knock out the Rotom V for the final part, because you need to throw 4 for that one. Yeah, you can't draw it for Zen, so just have to throw 6 here and pay with your prizes, I guess. Okay, he's gonna go all out here. He's gonna take all its energy back to his hand. I guess he's worried he might get his hand disrupted again. But to knock out the Charizard, you need to throw 7 energy cards. So Darwin is now back in the prize. Now he's in the prize lead. Can Brendan come back here? So he's definitely going to knock out this Goldengo. It's what's next. If he get a boss's orders, he does have it in hand. He can use it to knock out the Gimme Ghoul and take out this Goldengo. I don't know if he sees it, but he needs to get Psychic Energy. I don't think he has any way to do so. He's forced to use Iono here. Still no energy. I think he can only use the first attack, which is just a 70 damage attack. He needs another stretcher to get back the Psychic Energy, I think. I think there's no choice. He's gonna counter. Oh, okay. Oh, so he can't attack with. Goldengo's gonna draw one here. Here comes the Buddy Poffy just to empty out this deck, I think, in hand. Yep, the passing to back's hand, okay. There's two more cards. And he's forced to pass. He can't he can't retreat the Serendipity. There is a small tiny window here for Brendan here to get his Psychic Energy back with Super Rod. Oh, he's gonna get the Radiant Alakazam and one Psychic, one Fire. Is that gonna be what he needs? Is there something happening here that I'm not sure about? It looks like the match has stopped. It is possible that I think time has run out, maybe? Based on the timing, it could be possible that time has run out. Okay, I'm not sure why there was a slight pause there, but here comes the Arven. The Arven can take the... Well, Counter Catch is also active now for Brendan, if he hasn't discarded it earlier. He's thinking of the Ultra Ball, okay, with the Arven. Here comes the Emil-esque ability. It's a Recon. Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball get the Alakazam. It's gonna move 3 damage counters. That would be enough to knock out. Yes, that's 2 prizes. And it's gonna hit 70. Okay. So here comes Darwin's turn now. Here comes the... Oh! He can transfer damage now. He has Monkey Dory. Monkey Dory is a very, very popular card now in this format. And probably going to be as long as it's active, as long as it's in standard format. He's going to vacuum away his Pokestop so that Brendan won't be able to use it. But yeah, that should be all. I think time has run out. I'm not sure. I believe Brendan gave the win to Darwin, but I'm not sure about that. Either way, let's move to round 2 with Ashball.
Alright, we're back with more Ultra Ball League Season 2 action. Right here is the second round of Swiss. And we're watching Rauf playing the Lugia V-Star deck on the top half of the screen. And on the bottom half of the screen, we are seeing a Roaring Moon EX. Well, the screen says Dragon Ball, but please don't mind that. It's actually a Roaring Moon EX. And both players are preparing their basic Pokemon for the start of the game. Of course, in this matchup, it will probably be a 2-2-2 prize race for both players because the Roaring Moon wants to continually take out knockouts with the Frenzied Gouging on very big hitters like the Lugia V or the Iron Hands, whatever that Rauf has in store for him. Whereas on Rauf's side, with the Lugia V-Star, he has access to the Minchino and Chinchinos, he has the Iron Hands, which will probably not see much gameplay over here, but he also has the Wordier V with the Frontier Road that lets him bring all the energies on board to the active when Wordier V goes from the bench to the active. What we saw earlier was also the promo given out, the Chorus Tenacity that all the Ultra Ball League players get. And while we're waiting for both players to start the game, both players checking their hands, hopefully they have the ideal starts to go off because the Roaring Moon wants to have a very fast round, to go second to knock out Lugia before Rauf can play any Lugia. Whereas for Ralph, he wants to prevent any Roaring Moon on board because the Frenzy Gouging can ruin his Archeops if he Archeops go into play. But of course, the problem is that Ralph's deck uses the Mesagoza, which helps him get Pokemon onto the hand, whereas Luke's Roaring Moon lets him discard it once. As you see over here, Luke is going first with the Roaring Moon EX in play, whereas Ralph has the Squawkabilly EX. Now using the Ultra Ball, discarding 2 Pokemon catchers, probably looking to get either a Greninja, Radiant Greninja, or his own Squawkabilly to thin down the deck to get more energy on the discard for the Stardust Vitality to run rampant. He attaches 1 Dark Energy, squawks and squeaks away a Pelpad, a Dark Patch, and a Luminion V. Uses the Trekking Shoes to look at the top card of his deck to see if he wants to discard it or keep it in hand. Uses the Earthen Vessel, discards the Facility EX, and takes 2 Dark Energy to his hand. Obviously now he gets the Greninja, uses the Nest Ball, once again, putting more Roaring Moons on the field and using more discarding to get the energy into the discard pile so that the Roaring Moon can be charged with the Sada next turn. If he gets 1 on the discard pile, he can use Sada to get 1 on the board, and he can manually attach and hit for the Frenzy Gouging next turn. He puts the Pecharunt EX, which helps him to get his Retreat on board, a very powerful card in this deck. Attaches it to the Roaring Moon earlier, passes the turn back to Ralph. Ralph using the Ultra Ball, already discarding 1 of his 4 Archeopses to the discard pile because the Archeops will not work in play unless he has 2 in the discard pile and Lugia V-Star using the Summoning Star. So just checking through his deck to see if he has enough Pokemon in play. Ralph using the Ultra Ball to get 1 Archeops because he can squawk and squeak away the Archeops all the way into the bench. So that's a very powerful card for him to use, but the Pecharunt could be a bit dangerous because if the Pecharunt gets a Roaring Moon in play, the second one, it's not gonna be difficult. But of course, he puts the Iron Bundle and the Jet Energy in front because if the Roaring Moon gets a knockout on this Squawkabilly, it's gonna be a 2-2 prize game and it's gonna be very difficult for Ralph to come back. So he uses the second Ultra Ball to discard 1 Archeops and a double Turbo Energy to get the Lugia V on board. And in this situation, if Luke gets the Frenzied Gouging on the Lugia, he will not have any Lugia V in play. So ideally what Ralph wants to do right now is get a second Lugia V on board in case of such situation happening. So before he discarded his hand with Squawk and Squeak, he puts the Blood Moon Ursaluna, but he chooses not to put a second Lugia, opting to risk the play. Whereas over here we have Luke using the Stardust Vitality, getting 1 energy on each of the Roaring Moons, placing a Pokestop, only getting I believe he gets a Nest Ball, and a very important Nest Ball because the Nest Ball will lead to yet again another Roaring Moon, or as over here, like I said, a 3rd Roaring Moon on the bench. So he has 1 Roaring Moon already in play. He gets the 3rd one, the 3rd energy attached to the Roaring Moon. He can go for the Calamity Storm or he go for the Frenzied Gouging. But judging from the Roaring Moon, he hits the Calamity Storm and opting to discard the Pokestop to deny Ralph of getting any other draw in play. Ralph now putting the Lugia V-Star in the active. And now what he wants to do right now is get the Lugia V-Star using the Great Ball, looking through the deck. He gets a second Lugia to the hand, going for the Aroma. He gets a Tail, so he gets yet another basic Pokemon, which is not what he wants because he wants to get an evolution, a hits to get the Lugia V-Star, but unfortunately it's not happening right now, but he chooses to get the Verdia V for a future turn. Now he opts to throw away an Archeops for the Lugia to get the Lugia V and the Summoning Star, a very famous Lugia Ultra Ball Archeops combination. With everything in play right now, he attaches the energy to the Lugia, I believe, with the Archeops, checking through the amount of energy he has in the deck because the Lugia normally plays about 16 to 17 energies, and balancing the energies is a very important task because if you run out of energies, there is nothing you can do. So he takes 2 Mist, 1 Jet, and a Gift Energy on the Lugia. So if Luke chooses to get a knockout on the Lugia next turn, he will be drawing cards up to 7. So now opting to use the boss, and the Tempest Dive to knock out the Petulant. Of course, right now what Luke wants to do is he does not want to lose in the prize race, because he'll be wanting to get Frenzy Gouging over and over and over again to get the 6th prize turn. And this will only work if Rauf does not draw any cards to go up for his game, because with 2 prizes up, Rauf is suddenly at an advantage. And now using the Iono to shuffle Rauf's thick hand back into the deck, he gets a nice little tin now. He uses the Pokemon Catcher and he gets a tail, so he does not hit the Pokemon Catcher. Uses the Pokestop, he loses the Koraidon and the Dark Energy, but he gets a Dark Patch to put on the Roaring Moon on the bench. And now he opts to use the Calamity Storm once again, not using the Frantic Gouging to put damage, because the thing is he cannot use the Frantic Gouging with the Mist Energy on the Lugia V-Star, because it blocks effects of attack, and the knockout is an effect of attack. A very tough time right now for Luke, whereas Rauf putting energy on board with the Archeops ability of the Primal Turbo on the Wordier. Now putting his second one on board, he opts to put a double turbo and a gift energy on the Wordier. He puts 1 jet energy on the Ursaluna. Shuffles the deck back in. You don't just write enough of energy spreads, because you don't want to use the tin down the deck too much. If not, there'll be nothing else for your deck to play. Now, trying to see what's the most ideal play over here, using the boss once again and using the Tempest Dive to knock out the Squawkabilly. Right now, Rauf is running away with the prizes, and if Luke does not get a Roaring Moon attack out, he is basically going to lose. So uses the Earthen Vessel to get energy on the board. Uses the Gradient Jet to throw the energy. He gets a very timely Dark Patch actually to charge up the next Roaring Moon. He uses the Pokestop. He drops the Professor Research. He gets the Super Rod and I believe one more Earthen Vessel. Shuffles the Koraidon, the Phasmidipity, and the Petulant back into the deck. Right now, hoping to see what's the most ideal play over here. He wants to get more energy. He uses the Pokegear, and he gets, I believe he gets the Sada's Vitality to get more cards, more energy, and more cards on the field. So opting to keep it for the neck. Okay, uses Sada, puts on each individual Roaring Moon, and he gets 3 more cards into the hand. A very powerful energy accelerator come draw engine. So he uses the Calamity Storm to knock out the Lugia, and Rauf draws 3 more cards, and he puts the Ursaluna in the active. But right now it's practically game for Rauf, because if he just throws energies to the Wordier, and like you see over here, he gets the win, and an easy win for Rauf and the Lugia V-Star. Once again, thank you all for joining us. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Southern Islands.
Let's go into Swiss round 3 of the Ultra Ball League here in Kreta ICC. I realized I forgot to introduce myself even though I introduced my co-caster Ashpal. And this is Nicholas here from the Southern Islands. So we're going into round 3 with Goldengo once more, okay. Against Dragapult again. I don't know what's my luck here. So Purvis is playing Goldengo EX, going against Justin's straight Dragapult this time, so no Charizard shenanigans. We already saw how it was possible for Goldengo to come back with a well-timed Iono. So in Pokemon Never Say Never, one unfair stem or one Iono could turn the game around. Justin is using the very cool Evolution sleeves from the Premier Ball League. It was I think that was the first time I ever saw people queuing up to buy the special card sleeves at locals in I think years. I've never seen it before in my life. So that Premier Ball event happened in Suntec, and from the opening of the event, there was just a freaking long queue of players trying to get this sleeve. I can't remember if it was restricted to 2 per person or 1 per person, but it was sold out. Yeah, it was really sold out. Normally, these sleeves that they sell in previous regional leagues, there will always be enough that you will see them in the Pokemon Center the very next day after the weekend event. So, I mean, it's good to see that the sleeves are actually being used and not, Yeah, see, so nice of Purvis to show his gimme goal there ready to go. Not sure what Justin is starting with, but looks like it's not just Dragapult. I see a Duskull, so we're gonna see Dragapult bombs here. This is my favorite variant of Dragapult, really. I love the addition of having the bomb. So not only when you're spreading damage with Dragapult, spreading that 6 damage counters, you also have the Dusclops and the Dusknoir to basically explode the board where and when you need it. So you got the stage 1, which if you knock itself out, you can deal 5 damage counters to one Pokemon, and the stage 2, if you knock it out, then you can deal 13 damage counters to one opponent's Pokemon. Of course, the downside is that you're knocking your own Pokemon out, so your opponent will get to pick up a prize, but basically you can, if you play it properly, that one prize will not matter because you're basically giving your opponent the 7 prize. Oh, we're going to see a Budew start for this match. Fantastic. Budew is the new terror Pokemon of the standard format, and we will be probably seeing it for at least until the end of the format, as long as it's legal, basically. It's Itchy Pollen. It's a free attack that does 10 damage. Most importantly, your opponent will not be able to use items. Justin's checking out all his energy cards here, whether he has enough. He won't be able to use Budew though, since he's going first. So that means Purvis will be aiming to get the TM evolution from his deck, get as many gimme golds out and try to evolve his gimme golds into Goldengos and use as many items as possible. Basically try to set up an attacker so that he can knock out this Budew. That's a great start from Justin here, getting out 2 GPs and 1 Duskull before he passes his turn. Exactly what he needs. One more GP would have been perfect, but I think this is the best. This is really like as optimal as possible. So Purvis immediately goes to the Buddy Puffin, tries to play as many cards, any of his items from his hand before the Budew get the lock in. Also doing a price check. Arven play, yes. He even has the TM evolution. So I just don't know if he has an energy card in his hand. Doesn't need to use the Arven to find a TM evolution. There we go. Energy Search Pro will be the one to do it. He can find the energy card he needs. All the energies will go to his hand. Think of the TM Evo, and I think he's got to play it. Yeah, you got to play that Energy Search Pro. I mean, the only risk that you're playing Energy Search Pro now is that if Justin responds to an Iron, then all this energy goes back into the deck. But Energy Search Pro is a fantastic card because getting all this energy out of the deck means you won't be drawing it later on. It's a way of thinning your deck as well. Speaking which, energy he wants to use, definitely not the metal. So that could be the metal, but let's see what he decides to use here. Yep, so the metal it is, because there's more than one of that metal in his deck. Here comes the TM Evo. It's going to evolve both the Gimme Golds in the bench to a double Goldengo. He has enough. There's 3. I see 3 in the deck already. I mean, all 4, I think. So Justin's response here is the Lance. Lance will find 3 dragon type Pokemon. Another trainer card. I think that Dragapult will be sad to see gone and rotated. Immediately uses to find the next GP and 2 Jocklocks. So Jocklocks is using the ability now. Recon Directive. Open the top 2 cards. Take 1, put the hand, and 1 put under the deck. Great to draw cards here. And he can use the Budew to buy himself another turn. So he's going to use the Budew now. That means Purvis cannot use item cards anymore. All those cards are locked. Here comes the baby Goldengo. This is a rare. We've seen some decks start using it. Not a lot of them though. Using the Cypher Maniacs code breaking now. So you saw on game 1. It's a card that can allow you to search the top 2. Take any 2 cards you want, put it on top of your deck. If you combos it with the Goldengos and his bench, you can draw 2 cards. 1 card for each one. So the baby Goldengo in front, its first attack is called Strike It Rich. If you evolve from Gimme Gold during this turn, you're doing 90 more damage. So basically Goldengo is doing 120 damage this turn. And for 3 colors energy, it can do 100 damage and then bounce back to his hand. But anyway, you're just going to use it for the first attack, so you can do 120 damage. And it's a good way to take out the Budew without using up a precious 2 prizes. This 1 prize will also skew Justin's prize trade. Here comes the third Drakloak. Justin really set it up here. Buddy Poffin or the other card, I think he took the other card, not sure, it's very fast. Here comes another Recon Directive. And here's the Arven, Gym Promo Arven. Here, he's already eyeing the crystal, Sparkling Crystal, and a Counter Catcher, which he can use now because Purvis is already taken the price lead. So the Sparkling Crystal would mean that the Dragapult, a Terra Pokemon, will need 1 energy less to attack. So it can use his second attack for only 1 energy, the Phantom Dive. So this 1 fire is enough. So he's Counter Catcher. I think he should take the... Okay, he's not taking the monkey. He's going to take the Goldengo here, so 200 to the front. He's going to put 60 to the back Goldengo. So the monkey can move 3 damage counters. So wait to see how Purvis wants to do that. In combination with Goldengo, that means that in the case of, let's say, Dragapult has 320 HP, right? If you use the monkey to move 3 damage counters, then Goldengo only needs to discard 6 energy rather than 7 energy. It's a very good card addition to Goldengo and really a lot of decks. The Poke Gear that Purvis plays takes the boss's orders. Goldengo easy make it rain to draw 2 cards, the active one. Here comes another Buddy Poffin. Actually, he's eyeing another gold. Yeah, can eye another Gimme Ghoul here, a backup just in case. The best is to have like 3 Goldengos out on the board, so you'll be drawing 4 cards even after an Iono Disruption. Ultra Ball, the boss's orders, and a switch. Okay. Here comes the Greninja, the last piece of the puzzle here. So now Purvis can be drawing cards like crazy here. They can also discard 1 energy to draw 2 cards. And he has a lot of energy, which he can use to put it through to the discard pile, which he wants to throw to the discard pile, in fact. So you can always take it back later with energy retrieval, even if his hand gets disrupted. Here comes the Earthen Vessel. If he uses it, he can try and find the other metal energy. Discard another energy card, I think. Considering we should discard, control the metal, yep. Try to let the lightning energy, yep, getting another darkness and metal energy. So the metal energy will probably go onto the Goldengo in the front to try and knock out this Dragapult here. He does have enough. He has two super energy retrievers as well. So he's going to be taking 2 prizes and going to a 3 prize lead after this. Here we go, energy attachment. What to throw here? What to throw? You need to count properly. I think playing with Goldengo, make sure that you're discarding the right things to get the energy back to your hand. It should be super energy retrieval. So I'm going to throw the Poke Gear now. It's always going to throw a Night Stretcher and the Poke Gear. That would get him his energy cards he needs. Oh, I wouldn't throw the boss's order. So yeah, those 2. Okay, here we go, taking back energy cards he needs. I don't think he even has 4 though. I'm not sure. Here comes the Poke Gear. I mean the Poke Stop. He should use the Poke Stop first in case he gets another energy card. But anyway. I'm a little bit lost here. It didn't seem like the Dragapult got knocked out. He's just gonna put... Yeah, this time I didn't think he had enough energy here. So I think that's 300. I'm not too sure. I'm not sure why Purvis didn't go for the Monkey Dory play first. Or he already did. So yeah, I see the 30 on the Goldengo. That probably means that he only threw 5. That means he did 250 plus, yep, he did 250 damage, yeah. Plus the 30, so that will leave you with 280 on the Dragapult. Poor just missing that couple of energies there. But yeah, basically for future plays. Just want to make sure they're using the okay, not really future plays since Pokestop has also been rotated. But yeah, you would use the Pokestop first to try and get energy out from the deck, then use Super Retrieval. I'm not sure if he probably has another metal also in the deck. Anyway, counter catcher is being played so that Goldengo is being pushed back to the bench, making it a prime target for Dragapult. Doesn't have here we go the 200. So we're gonna spread the 60. He also has a oh, I see the Dusclops waiting in the bench as well. Yeah, it's gonna get knocked out here. Yeah, so you're gonna move the damage counters first using the monkey. Now using Mickey Vane to draw 2. It's Purvis turn now, yes. So after just took up 2 prizes by knocking out the Goldengo on the bench. Here comes the Spiritomb. Doesn't really need it for this match. And there's the Night Stretcher to take the Fazan Deputy. Fazan Deputy draw 3 cards. Because Justin knocked out one of Purvis' Pokemon previous turn. Needs a metal. He needs a metal. I think throwing the Night Stretcher was tough, but he probably really needed to do so. But he will have enough energy to knock out this one now. Knock out this Dragapult here. If only he could disrupt Justin as well, because there is a big hand. And he will be even bigger because Justin will be able to draw 3 for Serendipity later and get 2 cards from the 2 Draglogs. 1 each. It's like a Palpat play is coming because they're taking the Roxanne and the boss's orders back to the deck. Yep. There's need to play too many cards here. I think you might as well just set the NG, yeah. Because the 2 NG is enough to knock out the Dragapult. Here comes the, I think, a Pokestop play. Okay, he's got 3 items. There's the Heavy Ball. Oh, 3 energy cards in the prizes. That's what he really needs to be in his deck right now. Got the Lost Vacuum. Okay, he's targeting the Justin's Sparkling Crystal. That's interesting. One thing, he's really attached energy to the Goldengo at the back. So it's good to do the pass here, okay? So Justin doesn't have access to Serendipity. Here we go. First Recon Directive. Second Recon Directive. Yep, just mark it there to make sure who's used what abilities. Pokestop to the Iono. Here comes the bomb. So the Dusclops burning 50 damage on the Fazan. Here comes the Luminion. Okay, got the Iono. Thinking Iono, okay. Oh, it's usually attached to Forest Seal. Usually for Forest Seal Stone. Forest Seal is gonna get the Rare Candy. Oh, sorry, evolves to the Dusknoir. Here comes the Dragapult. Play a 2-0. Oh, good, the 2-0 to bring up the Dracloak in the active. Use the Dragapult out to bring the Dragapult out to the active, sorry. To replace that. Use the Dusknoir Explode to knock out the one in the bench to hit 13 damage counters to the Serendipity, and then the Dragapult will knock out the one in active and put the remaining damage counters on the Fazan to take 4 prize cards and win this matchup.
Right, welcome back to the Southern Islands. You're watching once again Ultra Ball League action, Swiss round 4 with me as a caster, Ash. I'll be guiding you today with this very metallic action going on right now. What we see here in Swiss round 4 would be Ian with the Archaludon EX deck and Wayne with Goldengo EX. A metal matchup, and it's actually favored towards Goldengo because while the Archaludon has 300 HP, the Metal Defender only hits for 220 damage. And on the other hand, the Goldango EX has the bonus coin, which lets you draw cards if it's active too, and one in the bench. And the Make It Rain hits for as much damage for every energy you can discard in the hand to the discard pile for 50 times. So with 6 energy, you can easily get a knockout on an Arkeldon. But of course, with evolution decks, the problem would be to get the evolution Pokemon as soon as possible, because you gotta evolve from a slightly not as strong basic Pokemon. And what we're seeing over here is Wayne unfortunately getting 1 mulligan. Goldango players, we are very famous for having lots of mulligans. It just happens, with very little basic Pokemon and lots of item cards in the deck. It's natural. Sometimes you get 1, sometimes you get 5 Pokemon, 5 mulligans. Happened to me once. I lost the game very badly, but it's not about me. We're talking about great action happening in Swiss round 4 right now between Ian and Wayne. So of course, both players would ideally love to go first, because if you go first, you can evolve your Pokemon on the second turn. And with the Arkeldon, you can start hitting for big damages, because in this situation, ideally Ian will want to go first. So because with, like I said earlier, the damage output is not very high, so you want to clear Wayne's board before he can set up too many Goldengos and run amok against your play. Whereas for Wayne, it's simple. He wants to get 2 prizes on the go, because if he gets 1, it's going to skew the prize trade. And we see here Wayne starting off with the Spiritomb and Ian with the Arkeldon. Arkeldon already using Ian already using the Earthen Vessel. Discard 2 energies to the discard pile. 1 energy gets 2, attach 1 to the Arkeldon and passes. Wayne over here using the Arven to get probably a Buddy Puffin to get the gimmicks on the bench, and ideally in evolution to evolve them to Goldango ASAP if the evolution is unfortunately prized or not. And now, judging from his reaction over there, he probably prized his only of evolution. Maybe he played 2. So it's gonna be a bit tough for Ian to fight back in this situation. But just counting all the energies in the deck, because Goldango normally plays around 12 energies, and if it's not too high, it could be dangerous. But alas, you see over here that Goldango is not going to come out so soon, because again, with the evolution price, it's going to be very tough for Wayne to get that head start. And now, unfortunately, he's probably going to have to attach an energy to pass, because the Spiritomb is going to help him stop Ian from playing the Luminion. But there's no point if the Luminion it's there and Spiritomb is knocked out. So obviously opting to get the Greninja with the Nest Ball, with the Concealed cards, one of the most powerful cards in the entire format, gets you 2 cards from the deck. And now going with the Poke Gear. Unfortunately, failing the Poke Gear, he would have loved to get either a Churro, a Research, Unfortunately, he does not. He gets an Ultra Ball, he puts the Dialga on the bench. He gets the Arkeldon, Assemble Alloy, taking 2 energy from the discard, putting it to his hand. Knocks out the Spiritomb, so now Wayne has the advantage of getting a, he can get a Goldango, he can get a eSearch Pro, but obviously right now he needs to set up his board, because if there's no draw over here, Wayne is stuck in a pretty dangerous situation. So probably using the Sapphire to get 2 important cards. Most likely he has a Pokestop over here, opting to get Pokestop. He gets, he drops the Greninja, unfortunately, with the Pokestop. But he gets the eSearch Pro to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 energies on the board, because the Fire type is already in the discard. So that would actually get him a knockout on Ian's Arkeldon. But what he needs to do right now is to get the Goldango in play. So opts to discard 2 cards. He gets the Goldango. He throws away the small Goldango, because in this matchup it's probably not going to be of any use, because the baby Goldango hits for 30 plus 90 if it evolved on this turn. Unfortunately for him, Ian's Pokemon has like the base damage, the base HP is 130, so it's not going to be useful. So might as well throw it away. He gets the bonus coin, he gets to Make It Rain, he throws 6 energies, this knocking out the Arkeldon, and now taking the prize advantage over here. Ian obviously, trying to get a second Arkeldon. He gets the Facility to get the draw engine out, take more cards in the deck, because Arkeldon wants to play, lots of more cards and thin everything down. And if he gets the Dialga up, whoa, okay, a very timely Pokestop thanks to Wayne's Pokestop. He gets 2 Nest Balls to get 2 Duraludons on the bench. And if he evolves these 2 at the next turn, the Dialga V-Star is going to go rampant with the Star Chronos. Right now he uses the Night Stretcher to get 1 energy on back to the hand. He uses Thornton, he gets a very timely Thornton. He brings the Arkeldon up, he uses the Assemble Alloy and the Metal Defender to hit the Goldengo for 220 damage. Right now we're going back to Wade, he has 2 Goldengo, 1 in the active, 1 in the bench. So right now he needs to get more Pokemon in the discard pile or Ian is going to run away with the prize race. So now opting to see what's the ideal play because he needs to get more Gimmigles, he needs to also get the Fazendipity or the Greninja. He gets a very timely Pokestop getting 3 trainers in the bench. He uses the Unvessel to discard the Buddy Poffin, okay, to get 2 energies on the board, even though I would think he will want to get more Gimmigles over here right now. But if it helps to knock out the Arkeldon, that's probably the best play for him. But right now what he would love to do is to knock out the Dialga V-Star because if Ian gets the Scoop Up Cyclone or the Turo to get the Arkeldon out of the way and evolve the 2 in the bench, that Dialga V-Star is going to go rampant. So right now if I was Wayne, I would want to knock out the Dialga V-Star if I could. Using the Super Energy Retrieval to get 4 energy back into the hand. Unfortunately, the Fazendipity is not going to run right now because unfortunately there was no knockout this turn. Now using the Cypher Maniac to get 2 Super Energy Retrievals because he wants to get the 2-2-2 knockout on the next turn to win the game. Now he uses the put 2 Super Energy Retrieval back on top of the deck. He checks his deck, checks his hand, and now we'll see what else he can play. He could put a Greninja back to draw more cards later. Chooses not to. He opts to get what he was trying to do because if he uses the Buddy Poffin right now, that 2 Super Energy Retrievals on the bench is gonna go away. But honestly, he could use that right now because if he doesn't do anything, his Goldengos are gonna go Golden, go home. But anyways, right now seems the most optimum play for him. He chooses to get the Make It Rain, it seems, but he probably only has about 5 or 6 energies because he needs to get the knockout on the Dialga because if Ian gets the 2 Arkeldons, it's game over. Alright, so he chooses to use the Body Poffin, losing the Cypher Maniac draw just now, but unfortunately it is what it is. He has to get the Gimmichle on the bench, if not it's game over for him. Chooses to use the Night Stretcher to attach 1 energy to the Gimmighle, puts the Fazendipity down, makes it rain, knocks out the Arkeldon. Sorry, now Ian using the Fazendipity uses the flip the script to draw 3. Uses the Pokestop, he fails the Pokestop unfortunately, dropping all 3 cards. Now using attaching 1 energy to the Dialga V-Star. Uses the Ultra Ball to get an Arkeldon hopefully. But it seems like he has no Arkeldon in the deck, so this could actually be a very sticky situation. So he opts to get this Squawkabilly instead. Now uses the Lumineon to get the Iono to thin down Wayne's hand to 2 cards, and whereas Ian's gonna see 5 cards this turn. Unfortunately, he's not gonna get the Cyclone, but he gets the 2 Arkeldons to attach 4 energies to the Dialga with the Star Chronos. You know, it's basically being like it's always his turn now. He gets 1 more turn. He gets to hit for huge damage. Uses the flip the script because it was his turn earlier and previously, Wade gets knocked out, so he gets to see 3 more cards. Now he uses the boss order to knock out the Fazendipity. So right now, Wayne's in kind of stuck in a rut. He has no Goldengo with energy attached. It's in a pretty sticky situation. He has to find a way to come back. Unfortunately, he does not see anything with the Nest Ball. Checking through his deck to see if he can get the energies back. He needs to get a Super Energy Retrieval. Use the Pokestop. He whiffs. He drops the Goldengo. He drops the Arven. He only gets a second Nest Ball, which he cannot do anything about. He is stuck right now. He does the coin bonus to get 1 card, but he once again cannot do anything. So what is Wayne going to do in this situation? he can get the attack. He cannot get the attack, unfortunately, because the gaming goal is stuck in the active, and if he retreats the gaming goal, the golden goal will not be able to attack. He's kind of in a pretty sticky situation, and I might say it's just game over for him right now, because all Ian needed to do was attach one energy to get the game, and it's easy win for Ian, unfortunately for Wayne. But that's it from me, Ash, and thank you all joining. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.
Here we go to round 5 of the Ultra Ball League that happened at Kreta ICC, specifically the Ultra Ball League Season 2 in Singapore. On the top we have Norman playing the Regidrago V-Star. Its last tournament run, going into the end of the standard format, playing against Lost Box. So JW's Lost Box. So we do have 2 decks that after these Ultra Ball Leagues we will never see again, sadly. Both decks have done extremely well over the times it was legal, especially Lost Box. Lost Box has seen itself go into like 5, 6, maybe 10 different variations throughout its lifespan in standard, from the amazing times to the one with Giratina that helped our TSI Brian Kwa rank first in Singapore. Super Tina. Never forget. I myself actually played Lost Box at this Ultra Ball League to a 5-2 finish. So don't look down on Lost Box. It has in this final iteration has a great version with some great attackers like Regigigas, which can take out Terra Pokemon, and the Pikachu EX, which has 300 damage. So JW should be playing that variant of Lost Box, I think. Although I also hear that there were Lost Super Tinas as well in this tournament. Not sure, like 1 or 2 of them. On the other hand, we have Norman playing Regidrago V-Star. Now this Pokemon, when it first came out, wasn't all that great, but coming to the final year before it gets rotated, it's suddenly a huge splash in the standard format, winning tournaments left, right, and center. Regidrago V-Star's attack allows it to copy any dragon type Pokemon in the discard pile. So there's a lot of fans that you could use, like the Dragapult EXs that we've been seeing the past few rounds is one of its key things that you can use. So it doesn't even have to evolve. That's the Pikachu I was talking about, and JW will be starting first. It doesn't seem that he has anything to do with probably the pass, or the mulligan probably, so Norman's starting first. Here comes the Regidrago V, Fire Energy, and pass. He doesn't want to... the Holucha is a card that you don't want to start it, basically. It's something that you would use to help with Dragapult numbers, because in combination with the Phantom Dive, you could use the Holucha to put 1 damage counter onto 2 Pokemon to hit like 70 HP basic Pokemon in combination with Phantom Dive. So here we go. It's the last time I'm probably going to see Comfy using its ability. See top 2 cards, put 1 to Lost Zone, 1 to hand. The key numbers, once you get 4 cards in Lost Zone, the Lost Box that can use Cameron to attack for free. Once you have 7 cards in the Lost Zone, you can use Mirage Gate to find 2 different basic energy, attach it to your Pokemon any way you like. And when you reach the magical 10 cards in the Lost Zone, you can start using Sableye to spread 12 damage counters to your opponent's bench and active. Any way you want, actually, basically 12 damage counters. So JW here starting second, we'll be trying to aim for 4 Lost Zone cards and a Kremlin attack. So here comes the Culver's Experiment. Open 5 cards. Take 2 to put to your Lost Zone and 3 to your hand. Here comes the Heavy Ball. I think there should be, there's nothing there for you to take. And it's gonna pass his turn. Okay, looks like it can't get the Cameron out. Norman doesn't seem to have such a fantastic hand. I see 3 energy switches. One good, and just that energy there. Eyeing up a Bedew here, the Artisan, and oh. Okay, so I completely forgot that Veggie Drago decks play this card, Kyurem, Dragon type Pokemon. For 2 water, 2 metal, and 1 colorless, you can use his Triforce attack to do 110 damage to 3 of your opponent's Pokemon. So basically, well, there is an extra ability on this Pokemon though. So if your opponent has a card with Colress in his discard pile, you can basically use attack for 1 of any energy type, 1 color's energy of any color basically. So just need to get an energy onto the yeah, so it's going to transfer the energy, switch the 5 energy for use on turn 1 and spread 3. Oh, okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, so looks like Norman targeted the 2 Comfy and the Pikachu EX. But if you've seen the past GBL if you've seen past GBLs, you would know that Terra Pokemon aren't affected by damage when it's on the bench. So basically, that 110 just disappeared to another world. This is good though. No, at this level of competitive play, you shouldn't be doing takebacks. So it's good that JW didn't let him put 110 damage onto Radiant Greninja instead. In any case, JW played Iron Bundle, forcing Norman to send up the Halucha once again. And here comes the Cramorant from the Artisan play. Picks out the Halucha, picks up 1 prize. Norman still has an energy though, so here comes another Kyurem attack. It's gonna knock out this Cramorant and I think put 110 damage on the Greninja after that. Oh, he drew into a Latias EX. So Latias is gonna be a card we're gonna be seeing next few years basically. It's a card that allows you to retreat any of your basic Pokemon for free. All the basic Pokemon can retrieve for free. Research play. Drawing 7 cards, attaching the energy into Kyurem. So if your opponent does not play Corvus, the Kyurem acts as a final attack. Because when you use the attack, you discard all your energy. So if the Veggie copies the Kyurem attack, it still has to discard the 3 energy it has on him to attack. It's got all energy attached, basically. Here comes the Teal Mask. You can use that to ability to attach 1 grass energy and then draw 1 card. So basically, that's the key part of the Veggie Drago deck, using the Teal Mask as the engine. Then use Energy Switch to move the grass energy onto Veggie Drago so that he can attack. Yep, here comes the Triforce, and there goes the Cramorant, 110 onto Greninja. If I was JW here and I paired against Veggie Drago and I see this thing just smashing through my board, I'm gonna be really dejected. I don't know what am I supposed to do right now. If he gets another Cramorant, gets another Comfy, which it probably has to, because I don't think he can move with his hand. There's no Colress experiment. Nothing really he could do here. You have the switch card, can retreat 1 basic Pokemon, then recover 30 HP. Comfy doesn't get much. Switch card, another Comfy. I think the other Comfy maybe. Oh, it's gonna put at the loss zone. Okay, that's 5 cards in this loss zone now. Too short for Mirage Gate. I don't know if there's a way for him to get rid of this Kyurem here. I don't think so. Yep, there is a Veggie Drago V-Star on Norman's side. Not sure if he plays Fazan. He can go for the next pawn, get the Fazan. But looks like he can eye up the Stretcher. Get the rescue board to move the Greninja up to the front. Okay, not yet. Yep. Slowly 1 by 1. Okay, Roxanne play first. Yeah, see what you get see what you get. I think he's a bit concerned that if he gets the Fazan out, that Kyurem will be able to put 110 damage onto that Fazan ability as well. Draw. Shall we be drawing 6 cards? Norman drawing 2. Roxanne is another card that we won't be seeing anymore after this, so it's really two big meta decks saying goodbye to the standard format after this. Yep, he's forced to pass. See? Not going to retreat the Comfy. I think it really doesn't matter though, because that the Roxanne didn't stop Norman at all. Here are now 2 more prizes, left with 1 prize. Basically, at this point, JW cannot put down any Comfies, any Sableyes, anything, because that's going to get knocked out by this QM. Okay, he's got, the Corvus gets the Blood Moon Oath's Luna. He can use that to attack. Now that Norman's take up 5 prizes that Blood Moon's attacking for free. See a Jet NG as well, so you can use that to bring it up to the front. I think he's got to pray that Norman doesn't have anything, but Norman hasn't used his V-Star ability yet as well, so this is probably over. Let's just see what Norman does. He has everything in hand. Okay, due to Super Energy Retrieval, gonna use it now to get 4 energy back. There we go. 3 grass and 1 fire. You have the grass teal dance, draw 1 attachment with fire energy. Using the V-Star now, discard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you can pick up any 2 cards. Definitely going to be Super Energy Retrieval, I think. Yep. Super Energy Retrieval. And using Giratina V-Star's attack to knock out the Blood Moon line in the front. So, feel bad for JW and his Lost Box deck. But congratulations to Norman. He progresses to the next round.
Alright, we're back with more Ultra Ball League action happening at the Kreta Ayer CC Swiss Round 6, brought to you by the Southern Islands. How are you guys doing today? I am Ash. You're watching Ming Zuo on the top half of the screen playing Gardevoir EX, and we have Zhang Hui playing the Lost Box in the bottom half of the deck. A match that could go 50-50, could go either way. A very interesting matchup. We won't be seeing much of Lost Box with rotation coming up very soon. But you know what? Let's get the action underway. Zhang Hui going first, I believe, or is Ming Zuo going first? Zhang Hui going first with the flower selecting. To take 1 card, put into your hand, and the other card going into the lost zone. So it's a very sticky or a tricky situation to manage your resources, seeing what you need to throw away for the rest of the game. Whereas the one you keep is going to be very vital to your playing of the next turn. Of course, the Nest Ball and Artisan. It's a bit of a tough choice, but obviously, if he throws the Artisan away, it denies the Ming Zuo of using the Artisan. We're now using the Nest Ball to get a Greninja onto the bench, hopefully to discard more energies, to get more cards in the field, to get even more Comfies to hit faster and harder once the Cramorant comes up. Alright, now we're going on with the Greninja conceal cards, discarding the Grass Energy to draw 2 cards, places the Iron Hands on the bench, attaches the Water Energy to the Greninja, and passes it to Ming Zuo. Ming Zuo with 1 routes on the active and 1 in the bench, using the Arven, probably either getting a Evolution and a Puffin to get more routes on the bench, or using the Earthen Vessel to get energy in the hand. Right now, just counting out the energies in the deck, because Gardevoir is also like Lost Box, where you need to manage the amount of energies in the deck, because too fast and you have nothing in the hand, and too slow and then you cannot hit with the Gardevoir EX. Right, just thinking through, seeing what the ideal play is. Hopefully to get a Puffin to get more Pokemon on the bench, because if the Lost Box goes rampant, it would spell trouble for Ming Zuo, and opting to put the Klefki, because the Klefki is actually a very powerful game changer in this matchup, because what the Klefki could do is the Mischievous Lock, where all basic Pokemon in play will not be able to use abilities, and in doing so, it denies Zhang Hui's Greninja from using concealed cards, and more importantly, it denies his Comfy from using the flower selecting. And if cards cannot go into the lost zone, his deck basically cannot move, and it's a very painful game changer for Zhang Hui. So right now, all he could do is use the Chorus and Chorus's Experiment to look at the top 5 cards of his deck, take 3 to put into his hand, and sending 2 to the Lost Zone. When having 2 in the Lost Zone is a very powerful game changer, but with the Comfy in front, it will prevent his Cramorant from attacking with the Spit, because as long as that Klefki is in the active, that Lost Box engine is not going to be kicking even into first gear. The engine's not going to be moving at all. So what he's doing right now is a very tactical play by putting the Greninja, the energy on the Greninja, so he can use the Midnight Shuriken to knock out all the routes. Whereas right now we're going back to Ming Zuo's turn. He gets the Killia from the hand. He opts to evolve the first routes on the bench to the Killia. Now seeing what the optimal play is, because if he drops the Ultra Ball, he might lose any potential of getting a Killia or a Gardevoir. But if he drops the energy, the Klefki will not be able to use evolution. And if I was Ming Zuo right now, I want to keep the energy to get evolution. But if he doesn't have any other Ultra Balls in the deck, that's going to be all the Ultra Balls he's going to see until he gets a prize. And that might be a while, because once again, just like Lost Box, Gardevoir is also a little bit of a slow deck. It takes a while to get things going. And now he opts to use the Killia's Refinement to discard the Ultra Ball. He gets a 2 cards, seeing what the best play is. He could use the profit to get more Pokemon on the bench, but if I was him right now, I would get the Killia to play, because once he gets all the Killias, he can just keep drawing out and just leave the Klefki in the active until Zhang Hui has an option to get the Klefki away from the active spot. And judging from how things are going, it's gonna be taking a while. And right now, using the evolution to get 2 Killias on the bench, basically just showing that his entire draw engine is here. He's just waiting to draw the energies out and throw out and get the Gardevoir and start smacking Ming Zuo before he can get things going. Unfortunately for him though, the Greninja already has 2 energy, so if he attaches one more and he gets the Comfy out of the way, that Greninja is going to hit for the Midnight Shuriken to easily take out 2 Killias. The Clef can be there, but if there's no Killia, what is Ming Zuo going to do? So he could actually leave the Klefki in the active and use it as a reverse edge sword against Ming Zuo. And now he brings out the Greninja, uses the Midnight Shuriken to take out 2 Killias. Unfortunately for Ming Zuo, but he still has one more. And right now his Zhang Hui's Lost Zone is currently at 5. If he gets 2 more into the Lost Zone with a Chorus, he could use the Mirage Gate to hit with Greninja one more time, and that will be a trouble for Ming Zuo, because if he does not get the Gardevoir this turn, that Killia is going goodbye, and his entire game plan is gonna go all over the place. And already using the Killia Refinement to draw cards, now using the Iono to thin down the hand of Zhang Hui, because these both decks are similar in the sense that they draw a lot of cards. But if your opponent has a lot of cards in the hand, obviously you want to disrupt his hand, because you gotta find every way to stop Zhang Hui from going wild, because if he cannot get the Comfy going, a very good time the Iono will stop his entire deck from moving at all. Now Ming Zuo opting to attach the energy on the Monkey Dory. Unfortunately, still cannot get the Gardevoir in play, so he chooses to use the Budew, and if he gets the Budew in front, he's gonna prevent Zhang Hui from using the item cards, because the Budew's Itchy Pollen will stop all item cards, so it will be denying. Oh, and he brings the Iron Hands in front, and if he puts the Iron Hands in front, Zhang Hui's Iron Hands is not going to be moving from the active unless he gets a Jet Energy to get the Greninja in front. And it's going to be taking a while probably, I expect. See, he has a Switch card in hand, but unfortunately he cannot use the Switch card because, again, Itchy Pollen, item lock, that's not happening. So unless he gets the Jet Energy, that Iron Hands is going to be there for a long time. Anyways, Zhang Hui right now trying to see what's the ideal play. He uses the Crispin. He obviously would like to get energy on the Greninja or the Iron Hands. But if the Iron Hands is going to be stuck, might as well just charge the Iron Hands for a little bit more. And if Ming Zuo is not going to get the Gardevoir, I will just buy some time. Or he can choose to assist the Greninja and hit for 2 more Midnight Shurikens to clear out Ming Zuo's entire draw engine. And that could spell trouble. But nope. He opts to put it into the Iron Hands, and he chooses to use the second one for the conceal cards and he has the Mirage Gate, but once again, there isn't enough energy, there isn't any draw item lock to get the Mirage Gate. There is no flower selecting to get the cards in the lost zone, and there's no cards in the lost zone, he cannot use Mirage Gate. So it's back to Mingzuo. He attaches the Dark Energy to the second Monkey Dory. And once again, using the Ichibolin to buy more time against Zhang Hui. So how is Zhang Hui gonna fight back if there is no items to get the Iron Hands out of the way? A very smart strategy, because again, the Lost Box deck relies so heavily on the switch cards and the switch to move the Pokemons out. So, all Zhang Hui could do was to pass, unfortunately. So it gives a little bit more breathing time to get the Gardevoir in play, already opting to use the Refinement to discard cards, because the more energy is there in the discard of Mingzuo, the faster his Gardevoir is. And you can see he still has about one Gardevoir in the deck. He cannot get it out just yet, but if you can trim the deck down, the Gardevoir is going to come out in just a matter of time. Judging from the situation, he doesn't really have that much cards left, so it's only a matter of time if he can draw into the Gardevoir. He uses the Arven to get the Unfair Stamp and the Bravery Charm, opting to not use it yet. And if I was him, I would be using as a third Ichi-Pollen to stop the Iron Hands from moving, and to stop the switch card to move the Iron Hands from the active. And now opting once again to pass, I believe, because there's nothing that Zhang Hui could do right now. He uses the heavy ball to see check through his prizes once again. He knows that the Gardevoir, if one of the Gardevoir's prize, he cannot get it out, but just buy a little bit of time, and I'm sure he can get the Greninja out. So he does the Ichi-Pollen to pass back to Zhang Hui, and Zhang Hui not doing anything, so he uses the pass once again. And the problem here right now is that the Iron Hands is currently at 4 damage counters, which brings his HP down to 190, which is exactly in the range for Gardevoir to hit the Miracle Force for a knockout. And as you can see over here, Mingzuo already gets the Gardevoir in the active. We uses the Psychic Embrace to put 3 energy, to put 6 damage counters. He moves it to the Manaphy with the double monkey Adrenabrain, and now he's using the Miracle Force. He knocks out the Iron Hands, and now Zhang Hui finally gets some breathing room to do a bit of action over here. But is it already too late for Mingzuo to do anything? Because he could get the knockout with the Greninja on the Klefki and the Budew, but if Mingzuo gets a damage counter on the Manaphy, gets a knockout, it's 2 prizes and it's game over for Zhang Hui in the following turn. So right now Zhang Hui would really want to get some action going on, because right now we're currently at the 4-4. But what he knows is that if he gets a knockout this turn, Mingzuo has the Unfair Stamp in hand, so he has to find a very ideal timing to get the damage out, because on the other hand, if he gets a knockout, he's going to be hit with the Unfair Stamp. If he does not, and he decides to put damage counters on either the Monkey Dory or the Gardevoir, they're going to be thrown back by the Adrenabrain. So it's all going to go back to him, and it's not going to be very good. So it's a very bad situation right now for Zhang Hui. He uses the switch to bring one Comfy in and out, uses the flower selecting. Now it's currently at 8 cards in the Lost Zone, because once he gets 10, the Sableye is coming out. But if he does not get the knockout of the Sableye, all that damage counter is all just going to go back to his board via the Monkey Dory shenanigans. So he gets the Sensibility out, he gets the Flip the Script, gets 3 cards in the hand. All the cards in the hand is very important right now for Zhang Hui, and a very, very big hand right now. But what is the ideal play for Zhang Hui to get the knockout? Because if he brings the Iron Bundle out, we know that Klefki is coming out, and he's going to lose all his ability to draw or get the Greninja, to get anything out of the game. Even the Fascinability EX is going to be stuck. So he chooses to use the Super Rod to get 1 grass, 1 lightning, and 1 water back into the deck, because with that combination, he probably wants to use something like a Pikachu EX to get a big damage knockout on the Gardevoir. But it's only going to be 300, so he needs to get 1 more damage counter. So what he does, he gets the Mirage Gate, he opts to put it onto the Radiant Greninja for yet another Midnight Shuriken shenanigans. Right over here, just trying to see what's the most ideal play right now. Checking through his bench, seeing does it know any room for mistakes. He puts a third Comfy into the bench, uses the switch card, opting to not use the switch card. He uses the Buddy Puffin. Probably just into his deck, just checking through his deck, see what else is available into the deck. No basic Pokemon, unfortunately for him. He gets the Comfy into the bench, switch cards into the Greninja. So obviously he's going to put he's going to use the Midnight Shuriken to probably get a knockout on the Klefki and on the Budew, bringing him down to 2 more prizes, which means, it could be a bit tough for Mingtor to come back. But, Gardevoir is very good at coming back, so, even if he's down to 2 against 4, he can easily equal the prize trade in the next turn. So right now he needs to get energy on the board, he needs to get damage on the board, because the more counters on the board means he gets more damage against his opponent, because he could knock out the Fez and the Manaphy for 3 prizes, or he could just hold on a little bit more and get 2-2 in the next turn, because if that Greninja does not get 2 knockouts the next turn, it's it's a bit hard for Zhang Hui to get the win. But Mingzhou over here opting to get the 3rd Monkey Dory to push 9 damage counters in the following turn, perhaps. Looking through his hand to see what's the ideal play. He does not want to have any more, empty spots for his opponent to get 2 more prizes. So I do not think he's going to use the Festivity on the bench, because if that Pikachu comes out, it's game over for Mingzhou. He has the Counter Catcher, however, to move a Pokemon that Zhang Hui does not want in the active. So he puts the Festivity onto the active, because again, he uses using the Gardevoir's ability to put the Psychic Embrace to put damage count, to put energy on the Monkey Door art itself, means there will be energy, there will energy on the board and damage counters to play to throw back onto the side of Mingzhou. Now using the Unfair Stem, thinning down Zhang Hui's hand, I believe. Down to 2 cards, it's going to be hard, because he's going to have to use the Comfey to get more cards into his hand to get yet another Mirage Gate to hit, because if not, it's going to be pretty hard for Zhang Hui to get the win over here. So now Mingzhou using the Psychic Embrace to put energies on the Monkey Dory. He gets a knockout on the Manaphy. He puts 4 on the Pheasantipity. Now using the Buddy Puffin and failing, and now uses the Miracle Force to take the knockout on the Pheasantipity. So now right now Mingzhou is down to 1 prize, so he's in a pretty good situation over here, because the Greninja will not be able to get a knockout on any of Mingzhou's Pokemon with the Moonlight Shuriken. So right now, if I was Mingzhou, I want to get a big beefy attacker to get the knockout on Mingzhou. So he's opting to put the Iron Hands down with the Nest Ball. So if he gets the extra prize, it's game over. Right now, thinking through his deck, he actually has the Counter Catcher and the Switch card, so he opts to throw the boss away, and maybe we might actually see a game over here. But it's a bit tough for him right now, because there is still no energy on the Iron Hands, but he has the Pikachu in the hand. But right now, the Pikachu isn't going to help him, because Pikachu's not going to get him 2 prizes in the next turn. So now he uses the Super Rod to get 2 more energy in the deck, because if he has 4 Iron Hands, MP very much, it's game over for him. So now he uses the Pheasantipity. He gets the Mirage Gate. Could he possibly get the Mirage Gate? He gets the Mirage Gate, but he cannot get the Comfy in play. So the win goes to Mingzhou. Unfortunately for Zhang Hui, very nice comeback, but Mingzuo basically thins Tang Hui's deck hands down to very low cards, so he cannot get the move out of the way. Very, very great defensive play from Mingzuo to thin down Tang Hui's hand. Tang Hui with a very nice comeback, hoping to get the Iron Hands, but unfortunately, he gets the 4 energy, but he does not have enough to move the Comfy out of the game. And thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next game.
Let's go into round 7 of the Ultra Ball League at Kreta ICC. Thanks again to Ashbal for helping me with the casting for the first Ultra Ball League in Season 2. And on the top, we have our Edmund Koo, the king himself of Gardevoir. If you watch the vlog of the Punggol Ultra Ball League, he calls himself the best Gardevoir player. And probably Todd's favorite student, going against Jeremiah playing Lugia. So after this Swiss 7, we see the top 16 players will go play into a BO1 top cut to see who will win the Mew EX. So Edmund's already mulligan twice here for Jeremiah. Good, we get to see Lugia in the final Swiss round here. Last spawn song before it flies away into rotation land. I think it's going to be a monkey start here for Edmund. Here we go. Mulligan 2 cards. Actually, even for Gardevoir, it's going to be a very different deck post rotation. Because we'll be saying goodbye to Killia and Refinement, another key part of Gardevoir's strategy and how the deck functions. That Killia is going to be rotated. Killia, discard 1 card from your deck to draw 2 cards. It was one way to get Psychic Energy into this card pile, along with the Radiant Greninja, which is also going to be rotated. But we will be seeing a brand new archetype very, very, very soon. I mean, Gardevoir is still being played though, with a new aspect with the aspect that can discard, I think, 3 cards from your deck to the discard pile, like a Battle Compressor aspect, basically, to get the Psychic Energy to this card pile. And don't forget, Mega Gardevoir EX will be coming soon. The Mega Gardevoir EX evolves from Killia, so it's a little bit different from the Gardevoirs from way back when, the Mega Gardevoir evolution lines from way back when. So this ones will evolve from their stage 1s. Not sure how it's going to be for basic Mega Pokemon. As of this recording, no news yet. But we will see. Here we go. So looks like an Iron Hand start for Jeremiah as capturing Aroma. Look at the Ayasiami Archeops in the deck. All his Pokemon here. Looks like I see everything he needs is inside. The Tails play, so it's probably going to be Lugia V, I think. There's Ultra Ball as well, a bunch of energy cards, and the Mesagoza Stadium. If you flip a coin, get hits, you can find any Pokemon you want, but your opponent will be able to use it too on his turn. I think it's eyeing the Squawk, but he's going to discard 4 whopping energy cards if he does so. Looks like he's going to go for it. Oh, he's going to Ultra Ball it away. Nah, he's gonna keep it in hand. Ultra Ball away the Regigigas, because definitely he's not gonna use it for this match. Because the Mesagoza heads. He can get another Archeops here. That's perfect. Now all this, so he can discard 2 Archeops in his turn 1. I mean, if you're gonna discard 2 Archeops in turn 1, yeah, throw 4 special energies. Why not, right? So after this, he needs a Lugia V, and then he have the perfect turn. You have the perfect turn 1. Here we go. Discard. Can you get a Lugia V? 6 cards. Yes, he got it. Nest Ball, the Lugia V. I think that's about it. Don't think still setting a gift energy to the front, but it's not really going to make much of a difference here. Because Edmund's not going to be attacking turn 1 for sure. It's going to be trying to get the... On his turn, it's going to be trying to aim for a TM evolution to try to get Killias out. The capture got a tails, but I don't think it can be... I don't know what Pokemon is going to try to pick up from that though. Yeah, you're gonna show that he used that for that. Correct. Then used Ultra Ball, correct, to get the other Archeops. Yes. Yeah, just trying to clarify here. The plays were a bit too fast, maybe. So now he's using his second capturing armor. Yep. So the first capturing armor, Tails took the Squawkabilly. Then he used the Ultra Ball to take the Archeops. Then Mechagoza got hit to take the second Archeops. Here comes the Minccino. Oh, Edmund got hits as well on his Mechagoza play. So gonna find the Radiant Greninja to start discarding energy cards, draw 2 cards. Here we go, conceal cards. Yep, discard 1 psychic, draw 2 cards. Oh, he drew into the TM Evo. Wow. Luck is truly a skill. And the Drifloon as well, one of Edmund's key attackers. Yep, 2 vaults on turn 1. What's an Arven? What is an Arven really? Here comes the other zone, probably get a 3rd vaults here. Outside of Monkey, here have 3rd vaults. It's already have Monkey in the active spot. Doesn't need to get a second Monkey out so soon yet. Here comes the TM Evo. Ayer because try to get an energy card. Let's see. Can you get energy? Yep, he definitely gets an energy. And perfect, he gets the one he needs, which is a darkness energy, but I'm not sure if it's actually... Oh, he's going 4 vaults! And double evolution. I think for Jeremiah's case, he wants to get the Lugia V-Star, which he does. Get the Jacques, he can get 2 evolution cards. Evolves the Lugia, gets the 2 Archeops out. So now they're going to see Iron Hands pick up 2 prizes here. Legacy Energy and a double colorless. Is that enough with the double colorless? I'm not sure if he... Because the Monkey is 110 HP if I recall correctly. Or 120 HP. Yes, 110 HP. It's 110 HP. And the Iron Hand CX does 120 with Amp. So if you put the DTE, you're only hitting for 100. It's a Serena play here. Oh, but you already paid a Jacques. Yes, you already paid the Jacques. Yeah, there's a slight misplay. Oh, Jeremiah, you shouldn't have attached the DTE because you had enough. You had another Archeops here. So Edmund can take advantage of this here with the 100 damage counters on the Monkey. You can move 3 to set up knockouts for next turn really. I think he's really expecting to get knocked out here. Counter catchers really prepared in hand. Here comes the Arven. He discards the Arven with Killia to draw another Arven. Using the Ultra Ball for getting the Gardevoir out. So now the key card of Edmund's deck has arrived. Gardevoir EX can attach energy from this card pile to any of your psychic Pokemon, but they eat 2 damage counters. So combined with Monkey Dory, you can attach energy, use Monkey Dory to move those damage to your opponent's Pokemon. So you have 2 monkeys, you can move up to 6 damage counters basically with 3 energy attachments. So here comes the Earthen Vessel. Ooh, this card's a Darkness energy. But he combos it to get the 2 psychic energy from his deck. Then he's Ultra Ball to get it out. Get another Killia. If we can get a 4th Killia, that would be an insane turn. So it's going to use the Gardevoir to attack here. 3 damage counters. That would be 6. And it's probably going to move 3 from yeah, it's moving 3 from the Monkey, I think. Yeah, it's moving to the Iron Hands and attack with Gardevoir's attack with just 109 damage, so it's 220 on the Iron Hands, 10 HP left, which again, now there's a ticking timer here because Emma can just knock out this Iron Hands anytime he wants, but it's only taking 1 prize because of the Legacy NG attached to Iron Hands. skewing Emma's price trade. Okay, Jeremiah here. Think he's already on the back foot by not taking the knockout on the monkey, taking the first 2 prizes. Gonna think where he's gonna put his energy here. Is he gonna load up and use the Chinchino to attack? That is one line of play. But the thing is, with Iron Hands, there is it needs 4 energy to retreat. Not sure if he wants to waste the energy that's attached onto Iron Hands right now. He wants if it's better if you get the jet energy to his hand, attach it to the Chinchino so he can attack. So he's getting a gift energy. Looks like it's just 1 and not 2. He does have a jet in hand, so here comes the Chinchino super attack. Chinchino does 70 damage for every special energy attached to this Pokemon. I think that's 5, so he'll be doing 250 damage. Gonna take the knockout? Yes, he's gonna take over the knockout. Take 2 prizes. Oh, it would have been better if he knocked out that monkey earlier. So now Edmund really building back his board now. Now with the Earthen Vessel getting the darkness and second of his deck, thinning his deck even further to try to get the Gardevoir EX out. I'm not sure if he has a stretcher in hand, maybe. And this Ninja to discard 1 energy, draw 2 cards. Use discarding with the Refinement to draw another 2 more cards. Don't see a way to get back this thing unless he has a hand. Yes, he does. He does have a stretcher. So here comes the Gardevoir once more. And gonna use the Artisan, get a monkey out, I think. Oh, he's gonna get the Scream Tail. Probably gonna Scream Tail to attack now, yes. So using the Gardevoir energy to attach, then manual attach to retreat, then all out with the Scream Tail. Move the damage, yep. So now it kills the monkey. Use the monkey to move damage counters, knock out the back, and then using the Scream Tail to knock out the Squawk ability to take 4 prizes on his 4th turn, sorry, amazing. So Roaring Scream does 20 damage for each damage counter on Scream Tail. So with 4 energy, it has 8 damage counters. It'll be doing 160 damage, which knocks out the Squawkabilly. Najama is really on the back foot here. If he can disrupt Edmund, he might have a chance. So also about getting the another Minchino to the bench. Not sure what play he's got. He's got both the Arceus, but I really struggle to see what he can do right now. I think maybe try the boss to take out the Gardevoir EX. But then it just leave... here you go. Here got the boss. I think he's going to pray that Emma doesn't have an answer after this. Using the Arceus now. Getting a gift and a jet energy to the Minchino on the bench. Yep, taking a knockout. So now both players left with 2 prizes left. But Gemma does have a fully powered Chinchino and the active, and a Minchino with 3 energy attached to the back. Here comes the killer in the front. What a top deck! What an amazing top deck for Edmund. The stretcher can get a Gardevoir. Oh. Yeah, he's just gonna get another energy attachment so he can knock out the Gardevoir, I think. Anyway, Bravery Charm would add 50 HP to the Scream Tail, increasing his damage output. Here comes the second monkey. So now Darkness Energy you'll be spreading. Yep, here goes Darkness Energy. So you remove 6 damage counters. The play is all there now. Draw 2 more. Monkey, draw 2 more. I think did he miss the Gardevoir? Oh my gosh, he may have missed the Gardevoir. Yeah, I don't know what I can't. Let's see what he's gonna do here. He just needs that one Gardevoir basically. I don't know if he wants to try to super rod it back or. Oh yeah, he's in a pinch here. He really needs that Gardevoir. Not sure what happened with the I think that was just his discard, but I'm not okay. I wasn't really sure. He got the Iono plays. Just gonna pray that one of those 4 cards is a Gardevoir. Let's see. 1, 2. Here we go. Gardevoir. Then he did get it. Energy attachment. 1, 2 to retreat. And here comes the super Screamtail with 7 Yep, that's enough here. Using the Roaring Scream plus Monkey 6 damage counters. That should be enough to take the last 2 prize and for Edmund to go into the top cut. Congratulations to Edmund. After 7 Swiss rounds, we have finally come to the top cut. So for this tournament, the first UBL, only the top 4 players will win the Mew EX with Asia stamp. The expensive card that everybody wants. Sells for big money because there's just so little of them in it's only basically here in Singapore, Malaysia, Philippines and Hong Kong English that will even you can even smell the card, and it's very popular overseas for its exclusivity. So the one that we're featuring in our coverage of the UBL Season 2 at Kreta Ayer is Iverson against Ayer. Iverson playing Silverledge EX up against Terrapagos. One of my favorite decks, the Turtle. Silverledge is pretty cool though because Silverledge is a stage 1 Terra Pokemon that scales its damage with the amount of energy cards you have in your discard pile. And in combination with the old school Palkia V-Star, you have an option with Radiant Greninja to snipe basic Pokemon from your opponent's bench. Then we also have Terrapagos as well. Terrapagos works together with its old friends, the Hoot and Noctowl. Noctowl, when it evolves and you have a Terra Pokemon, you can search for any 2 trainer cards. And in a way, you'll probably want to start with Fan Rotom, because Fan Rotom, on your first ever turn, you can search for 3 Pokemon, colors Pokemon 100 HP and below. So I was going to be starting the match first. Perfect what card you want to see here. And there's the blender I was mentioning in the Gardevoir matchup previously. So you can find any, 3, 4, 5 cards in your deck and just discard them, basically. So you're seeing that in Gardevoir decks in the future. But for now, it's going to be in a Silverledge deck. You got to get all those water engine to discard pile. So you can combine it with the Palkia later on. He got the Ultra Ball. Discarding 2 energy cards. He's got a lot of energy in this card pile now, by the way. And here comes the Charcadet. So I believe it's 20 extra damage for every energy card in this card pile. It includes special energy like Jet Energy as well. And that's the Klefki. Klefki stops abilities of the opponent's active. There comes the Squawk ability, Squawk and Seize. It's got your whole hand, it's got draw 6 cards. Basically, Iverson's on fire here. He's basically just discarded like 1/4 to like nearly half of his deck on his first turn. You can't ask for a better setup than this though. Okay, you can actually, you want to hope to get something like you're hoping to get Palkia, but just missed out on that because a Palkia would really kill off Way there, because you want with the Palkia you can knock off Way's Noctowls. Looks like Way has nothing. Just gonna boss the Charcadet here. Is that all? I don't see anything. Is that Ultra Ball? There is an Ultra Ball though. I'm not sure what's the Pokemon. It is a Lumineon. Okay, so you can get a supporter for his first turn. This I know see what he's probably an Arvin maybe. Arvin could get him the fan Rotom he needs. Unless he's playing some different deck I don't know about. Okay, so this is the cover again about Ceruledge. 30 plus, 20 damage for every energy card in your discard pile. Okay, I just realized that this Terrapagos is not the one with Noctowl basically. It's the one with it's not a Terrapagos deck. It's the Cloth deck. It's a bit late right now. I'm recording. Totally blew my mind. I just keep thinking about Noctowls and Noctowls with Terrapagos. Because right now, post station we're seeing Terrapagos back with Noctowl. But in this format, the Terrapagos is paired with Cloth, with Boot Bonnet. So the Boot Bonnet will poison both Pokemon. And then you got Cloth, which just like massive damage if it's affected by a special condition. So using Arven, but he's not gonna. But I know she will take the precious trolley. I don't miss out. He's gonna go for Bedew to try and disrupt Iverson here. You got the DTE. Gonna retreat for the Bedew and gonna use Bedew's Itchy Pollen to try and disrupt Iverson. So that's 10 damage. Oh, he got the Ceruledge anyway. He already has it all in hand. Greninja draw 2 cards. You just can't use trainer cards basically, but that Ceruledge has. Yeah, this is 1 energy to attack basically. Yep, gonna use research now. Discard 7 cards. Basically, Iverson's on fire. He's just like skimming through his deck. Insane. Ultra Ball. I think there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 230 damage already from Ceruledge. Let's knock out. Comes the Terrapagos. Nest Ball. Not sure what it's gonna find here. Fizendipity maybe. Try to 3 cards. Yep. I think he's hoping that if he could get the Area 0 under depths, he can use the he did get Area 0 on that, so then he can use the Precious Trolley to draw a lot more cards. Here comes the Arven. I would probably find a Precious Trolley here. And the Fossil Stone, maybe. You can attach it to the Luminion. So the Precious Trolley allows you to just fill up your bench with as many basic Pokemon from your deck. Amazing aspect when combined with Area 0, because now yes, there's space for 8 bench Pokemon. So now you can find 1, 2, 3. So you find 6 more, I think. That's the 4. So you're going to use the Precious Trolley now. Let's see what the card's going to find. Yep, here comes the Radiant Sneasler, which adds poison damage. A Budew. Boot Bonnet, which can poison both active Pokemon. The Cloth itself. Latias EX that gives free retreat. Not sure if you guys Oranguru in the deck. Oranguru will find. There's the Oranguru. Oranguru in the active spot can find 2 item cards from your deck to put to. It's 2 tool cards to put to put into your deck. Take two cards from your deck to add to your hand. So that would find the Ancient Booster Energy Capsule to attach to the Boot Bonnet. Yeah, here we go. Using the Oranguru to find 2 tool cards. That's the Binding Mochi, which has 40 damage for poison if your Pokemon is poison, and the Ancient Booster to Boot Bonnet. And now the V-Star to find a switch card to retreat. Yep. Okay, he's gonna go attack with the Terrapagos here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That should be enough to knock out with the Mochi as well. Yep. Is we're gonna come back here? There is a possibility because Iverson didn't manage to get a backup Ceruledge and he's trying to get one now. You get the Fire Attachment, Ultra Ball. Not sure what's gonna find here, but Ayer can still try to target the. I think they're trying to trying to show that he has enough damage to knock out the Ceruledge earlier on. The Terrapagos attack also stacks with every bench Pokemon that you have. Palpet taking Carmine. I'm not sure what's the other card. Just counting all this. Piles of energy here. But Iverson won't be better at this turn though. So there's that. He got the Carmine play to 5. I think he just had to pass here. But for Wei, I think he'll just go for a 2-2 price trade if you're on the boss's Cockability. So let's see here. It's just 30 damage for every bench Pokemon. So normally there'll be 240, but with a DTE attached, there's minus 20, so 220. Then you'll be doing extra 260 because of you'll be doing extra 40 from the Binding Mochi, and then the 10 damage ping will knock out the Tail Ledge to 270 HP. I think there's like 5 or 6 cards in hand. Wei still has a grasp on the game here. It's not over yet, because there is a Cloud on the bench as well. You have the switch card. You can use that to retrieve the basic Pokemon, get healed up completely, and then using the Oranguru to find 2 tool cards, and then the Binding Mochi coming out. Binding Mochi combined with Budew, I think we'll hit for like... Oh yeah, recall there's Radiant Sneasel as well, so it's not just 10, it's basically like 30 or 40 with the extra poison damage from the Radiant Sneasler. Your boss also to take the Chakra deck with a fire energy attached. And with this Budew combined with Binding Mochi, you can not only knock out the Chakra deck, but you're also item locking Iverson as well. Iverson tries to hits back with his own Budew, which will knock out the Wei's Budew because of poison. So poison 10 on his own turn. End of Iverson turn with another 10 in the knockout with the there's a knockout because there's another 10 damage with Itchy Pollen. So Iverson with 4 prizes remaining. We have 3 prizes remaining. Here comes the Terrapagos. Another Terrapagos actually. Got the Iron play. 1, 2, 3. That's 4 for Iverson. There's Nest Ball, Ultra Ball, not cards you want to see. The Oranguru can retreat though because there's Latias EX. He comes using the ability again to take 2 cards. The Cloud does massive damage if you can get a DT. The Cloud is just 30 plus 160 more if it is affected by a special condition. Yeah, calm down, guys. Just spin 2 cards around. Here comes the Terrapagos once more to knock out this Budew. And now we're down to 2 prizes remaining with Klefki. Wait, I was going to find it. Looks like he doesn't have any more Soul Edge. Yep, there's no more Soul Edge. He's out. We has managed to stem the tide and win his top 16 match. Congratulations to him. Let's go to the next round. After that comeback from Wei, now we're going into the top 8 of the Ultra Ball League. This match will determine who will get the Mew EX. Going to top 4. We have the Southern Islands #1 fan, a fan of himself, question mark, Jeremy, playing Gardevoir EX, going up against the mastermind of the world's top 4 Zygarde EX deck, Ralph himself, Lugia. Also sporting the Bayern Munich's 120th anniversary jersey. Shout out to one of the best shirts ever, and hi Thomas. We've already saw Lugia earlier on. So Lugia has a number of tools that he can use to try to take down Gardevoir, especially Iron Hands will be a key card. Not sure if Ralph is playing Chinchino as well. One prizer can try to skew Jeremy's price trade. Of course, Jeremy, no slouch, he's been to Worlds before, and he's second place so many tournaments that he is perennially number 2. So he's probably going to show us a Gardevoir masterclass here, hopefully. Here we go. I was starting with Cornerstone Ogerpon. Okay, this will be interesting card. So Cornerstone cannot be damaged by Pokemon with an ability. So you can use Gardevoir EX to attack Cornerstone basically. The Great Ball gets a Archeops. If he goes a hits here, be perfect. Yes, then look at the Archeops. Probably, unless he already has one in hand. And you're eyeing something else. Oh, he already has a Lugia V-Star. I think he's probably eyeing a Tails to get a Lugia V instead. So here comes the other Archeops. Not sure if it's an Ultra Ball in hand. They'll give him a perfect turn 1 start here. He's already shuffling his deck, so he probably doesn't have anything after this. Oof. Yup, it's going to be just an energy and pass. Okay, so Jeremy. He's just showing off his dead hand. Oh, I'm so sorry, man. So sorry. There's nothing you can do here. So Jeremy just going to start with an Earthen Vessel, grabbing his Darkness Energy and Psychic Energy to the hand. See if he can get a bunch of vaults out. Darkness Energy attached to Monkey Dory. Yep. Just showing the attachment Iono play. So all that Archeops for nothing. Yeah, I was pointing out he's going to probably play a Judge next turn if he couldn't get anything out. Let's see what he will draw. He would have drawn to a Boss next turn. I see his Ultra Ball, I think. A Great Ball as well. Okay, he's probably going to play the Great Ball unless to try to get Archeops. The Altazon. Get the lucky Jeremy. Altazon probably going to eye out the vaults here. Don't know if he got the TM Evolution. Yep, here goes the vaults. Not sure if there's any other card you can add to get more vaults out. He did get a TM Evolution from that Iono. Insane. Luck is a skill, by the way. That should get a second vaults, yep. And a TM Evolution. And it's going to evolve, yeah. I think he's already deck checked, so you probably just need the heavy ball. You can use that as fodder to discard for refinement later. Perfect turn 1 for Jeremy. Can Valve come back here? Great ball. Use Altazon for the shuffle his deck. Yep, try and get some get the Arceus back to the top of the deck. Iron Bundle. Iron Bundle, if Valve uses the ability, Jeremy is forced to retreat that Monkey Dory. We're gonna just keep it there because for future use probably. Great ball. Let's see if he gets an Archeops or Lugia V. 7 cards. Yes, he just get 1. Can use that Ultra Ball the way. Ultra Ball 2 Archeops, get a Lugia V. And pray that it does not get knocked out by Jeremy next turn. It's definitely going to be Lugia V here, I think. Yeah. Just showing that you did Great Ball to get the first Archeops, then Ultra Ball it away with a second Archeops in hand. Don't think this is an energy attachment. Yeah, attach white energy. They're going to retreat the Cornerstone, send the Lugia up, can use V to win. Discard 1 card in hand, draw 3 cards. It's kind of boss orders there. Ugh, not cards you want to see either. And no Lugia V-Star. Wow, okay. Here's Jeremy's turn here. Can Jeremy take a knockout on that Lugia V that's just gone to the active now? I think Valve was forced to do that play to try and get some sort of supporter or any way to get Lugia V-Star out. Because I don't think there's anything in this hand. Another boss is on his hand as well. Very dead hand. Here comes Jeremy's patented. Check everything out. Like, fan out your discard power. Make sure you can see everything on one. So you like, he sees all lines of play, basically. And the second Monkey Dory coming out here. Very different from the Edmund match we saw earlier, where Edmund just went all out to find as many vases as he can to take on the Lugia. But that Lugia was running way more hotter than this though. He was the first refinement to draw 2. Ayer no play again. Good for Valve. But that means that Jeremy really got to aim to try to take a knockout here, I think. I'm not sure there's even enough energy cards in this card pile for him. S2 to get Ultra Ball both the Psychic Energies away if he wants to. Here comes the second refinement. Ready, Ultra Ball. It's got a Clef Key. Get a good ninja to draw another 2 more cards. Can discard the 1 more Psychic Energy in his hand. Gardevoir EX is here. Oh, he already discarded the NG away, sorry. 2, 3. Yep. Don't think he has a. There should be enough, right? Yeah, there should be enough. So, what happened was that he used the Monkey Dory to move 30 damage from Gardevoir to the Lugia. Then uses Gardevoir's attack for 190, so it's 220 exactly. It was a risk. Valve 6 cards was basically nothing again, I think, because he put down the Lugia. And I see nothing. I see the Lugia V-Star that he needed the turn before. He's going to attach the gift to Cornerstone here. Yeah, probably that and pass turn. I think there's nothing else he can do here. Valve is just scrambling to try and find some way to get back into this game, but it is already too hard to fight. It's an uphill battle basically. There's another Darkness Energy for Jeremy here, so he can go for a double Monkey Dory this time. Yeah, going to take out the thinnest deck take out the TM Evolution and get the Secret Box. Secret Box, you discard 3 cards from your deck, you find 1 item, 1 supporter, 1 tool, and 1 stadium. There's also a way to get like Psychic Energy to your discard. Psychic to discard off from your hand or 2. So it's a great card in Gardevoir. Especially in this format without mana fee, you have like cards like Screamtail that we saw earlier can also hit the bench. Greninja discarding the Darkness to draw 2 cards. I think he's trying to find a way to try and knock out that Lugia V in the bench. Because he does have the 30 on the Gardevoir already, but he doesn't have a boss's orders. But he already played Arven earlier, so that's already out of the picture. Yep, cut deck. I think the other option would be maybe Screamtail with Bravery Charm. Oh, just as I was saying it, there is a Screamtail in his hand. Here we go, Screamtail. But does he have enough energy? That's another question. I think he doesn't have a lot of energy there. Move 30 to Cornerstone, okay. Move another 20 from that one, so that's 50 on Cornerstone. You're going to move that damage away from the Monkey Dory. Yeah, there we go. So he's going to hit for another 80 on the Lugia. Okay. So forced to use the Iron Bundle, force Jeremy to retreat. Lugia Vista should be coming out now. Finally, is there a way for Valve to come back here? It's very tough. Very, very tough. Can use Cornerstone to attack though. Legacy is in his hand, I think? Or is it in the prize? I don't see in the deck though. Oof. No Legacy and a top cut match. I think that's some of the perils of playing BO1 basically. You're just stuck with whatever you have. Oh, there is sand. Oh, here comes the Sob, the Water Ogerpon. Another popular card coming to the new standard format. It's able to pick out 100 damage to the active Pokemon and 120 to the bench Pokemon. Yeah, here comes these. Okay, he's gonna Sob. He's gonna Sob for free. because the DT Sob does 20 damage, and then the opponent can retreat. It touch DTE, so doing 0 damage basically, just trapping the Greninja into the active spot. Can Jeremy come back here? He's gonna draw and pass Sob. Draw and Sob. Okay. Draw 2 again. He's just gonna try to trap this Greninja. Can he win this way? Sob again. Does Jeremy have an out from the Sob? Sob. Oh, there we go. The 2-0. He did draw the 2-0. So there is a way out of this. Here comes the Scream Tail as well. Then from all that, he managed to like get some energy. Get this one more psychic energy into the discard pile. In the discard pile. Here we go. Discard one more or 2 more cards. Yeah, moving damage to the Sob. And going for the 190 attack. With Gardevoir again. Gardevoir really aggro in this matchup here, I have to say. Another 30 into the cornerstone. That should be another knockout, and Jeremy will take another 2 more prizes here. Oh, Bravery Charm on the Scream Tail should be able to knock out the cornerstone next turn. If Valve doesn't have anything, I don't think he has anything here. Here comes the Widear. Widear does extra damage for every energy attached to it. And the Widear can transfer energy when it moves from batch to active from other Pokemon to itself. So Valve, I think, can take a knockout on this Gardevoir, but that's about it basically. If Jeremy has another Gardevoir in hand, it's basically over. 3, 4. Is that enough? That should be enough. I think that's enough. I'm curious why Valve didn't set the Legacy Energy on the Widear though. But yeah, nice stretcher gets a Gardevoir, and that's it. Because enough energy with the Gardevoir can attach to the Scream Tail, take a knockout on the benched Cornerstone Ogerpon. I'm warning you now. There is a massive spoiler if you look at the timer for this top 4 match. So Junlin versus Keenan. Keenan also playing the Terra Pagos that we saw Wei play earlier, the Terra Pagos with all the friends. Here comes the... Oh yeah, it's over. So that is the top 4 match complete. Iron Valiant, when it moves to the active, it does 20 damage to the opposing active Pokemon. Then he retreats, uses Budew, hit 10 damage, and that's it. He won in his first turn. So Keenan goes straight to the finals. He plays against Jeremy, Gardevoir EX deck. I don't know who's starting first from that. But again, I am warning you not to look down at the timer for spoilers. Then we saw earlier, Keenan's Terrapagos EX does play a Iron Valiant EX. So it has the ability to get quick donks with an extra 20 damage. Combined with the Budew, if you can get Radiant Sneasler out with Brood Bonnet and the Binding Mochi, you'll be doing let's see, 70 plus 40 maybe. That's another. There's a lot of damage. I just can't count them right now. But here we go. The finals of the Ultra Ball League Season 2, number 1. The first of the season of all the 3 Ultra Ball Leagues at Kreta ICC. No start for Jeremy here, so Keenan gets an extra card for Mulligan. I see that Keenan does have the Ancient Booster, Binding Mochi in hand. I think I can't see because the cards are like they're too secret. I think that's a Mew EX. Not sure if the Iron Valiant is there as well. The card that won him his top 4 match earlier. Here we go. Let's see what I think Jeremy needs to like put down at least two Pokemon. And not just one Valtz. 7 cards. That's a pretty unique way of showing that you have 7 cards. Only 1 Pokemon. Now is Jeremy starting first or second? It's a cloud start against Drifloon. Jeremy is going first. Oh no, it's just... Okay, there's a Bravery Charm. Is that enough? That is enough, right? Yeah, that's enough because the Clough is doing 160 plus 1070. Wow! Keenan won. Congratulations, Keenan. You won by just throwing 2 cards down. That was a Brute Bonnet in hand. He had everything for a knockout. Jeremy didn't have another bench Pokemon, so congratulations, Keenan. And I'm sorry, Jeremy, for getting second place once more. Thank you so much for watching this Ultra Ball League with us. Thank you for supporting Southern Islands. Please, it would help so much if you were to comment, like, and subscribe to our channel. Hope to see you in the next Ultra Ball League. This is Nicholas, and with Ashball, we are signing off. Thank you so much.